Well, hello there and welcome back to the Cozy Club, my friends, to yet another DSA video. And let me tell you guys, the Princess faction is on the very edge of greatness. Now, back in January, we had Rapunzel come out. They really needed a leadership to kind of bring them all together, as they always had a lot of synergy, but they needed a lead. Hence, Rapunzel coming out. Now, it only took another 6-7 months. Can't believe it's September. And we've got ourselves the other missing link with Tiana. You see, the Princess faction, they were ready to be in the meta, but you had to have beasts in there, or else they were a little too squishy, and the only other option was Jasmine to capitalize on all the synergy that they do so well. Well, fans of the Princess faction, I have absolutely electric news for you today. Tiana is absolute royalty, who is going to be bringing the Princess faction into the meta conversation, and there is a lot to break down on today's video. We're going to go ahead, we're going to break through everything you need to know about Tiana and why she's such a crazy, amazing character. And you know, we expect these new characters to be great, and Tiana set the bar pretty dang high. So strap up, let's jump into it. Well, once again, welcome into the Cozy Club, my friends. We're going to start this video like we always do, breaking down Tiana's stats and her abilities, and trying to help you guys understand her the best and what she does for the Princess faction. Now, the Princess faction is a lot like the Adventurers in the sense that they, as an entire faction, it's more important than other factions to really know each and every character and kind of what they're bringing to the team and their overall synergy. Now, I plan on doing another kind of Princess synergy team video tomorrow, but we've got a lot of videos out right now already that talk and break down every single character within the faction. I'll go ahead and link that right in the top right hand corner above, and throughout the video I'll link these other character spotlights like Pocahontas and some of the other ones so that you best understand these characters, because if you allow me to be candid with you, I think the Princess faction might be one of my all-time favorites to play as every single battle is a little bit different, and it really brings something refreshing to PvP and really all other game modes within the game. So let's go ahead and jump right into her kits and start with her stats. Now, I was going to do a first impression, and in fact, I did film it, as a lot of you guys liked the last video and really said you wanted to see more of those first impression videos, but at the same time, DSA had some type of lag and it dropped out and a video got corrupted. So what are you going to do? That's why we're here on Monday. Let's go ahead and look at those stats. Again, Tiana is an electric character with the stats to back her up. Taking a look here, guys, her offense is going to be at 2,000. Not going to matter all that much outside of the basic attack. That's all you're going to use her for, mainly to be hitting the opponent, as she is a support character. Now, her defense is at a modest 770, enough to keep her alive. And I'll tell you this, Tiana does feel like she survives a little bit better than the other squishier princesses, as altogether they're a little bit more of a faction that doesn't rely on health rather than speed and pure offense and abilities to get the job done. Looking at her health at 25,000, very respectable for a support character. That's actually a ton of health that's going to keep her alive well into the battle. Very high recovery to help her with all of the healing, and so really you guys are going to see how that kind of works into her kit the best. But Tiana's healing is amazing throughout the entire battle, and definitely going to be kind of fitting that princess role once again. Crit chance at 9%, don't worry about it. Crit power, don't worry about it. 152 speed, very, very high for a support character, and really it's going to allow her to do her job well. We have her potency at 0%, no big deal, as she's not going to be landing any of those harmful effects. And then to wrap it all up, her accuracy, her evasion, and tenacity, all pretty respectable. So great stats. Let's check out the moves. Starting with Tiana's basic attack, you've got yourself Light the Way. Very strong basic out the gate, guys. You're going to be dealing some good damage at 1,200, and without a question, y'all, Tiana is going to do her job effectively even at low star levels, because again, she is not there for the offense output. She's there to support. She plays a Mickey Mouse kind of Cobra Bubbles role within the game, and having so much purging on a basic attack that chains to different enemies up to 4 is going to be absolutely insane. You can purge taunts, you can purge all of those pesky helpful effects on the enemy with a basic attack, and the princess's whole entire thing, in fact, is trying to get as many assists calling and all these different interactions going. And so the basic attack purge is one that we love to see in characters, and definitely with Tiana, and more specifically in the Princess faction, Love to see the purge amounts, and this thing absolutely deals some great damage, bouncing back and forth all over the field, and all in all, very respectable for a basic attack. Now, before we get into this next ability, I truly need you guys to listen up, because this is going to be where Tiana shines. Whether you plan on playing her or playing against her, this next ability is absolutely a top 10 ability within the game. Absolutely nuts. And we're going to break down everything the Gumbo Pot does for Tiana and the entire Princess faction. Oh, hey, thanks for noticing. This is a Patriot shirt. Go Pats. NFL kickoff is next weekend. So, by the way, guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter, we are doing a weekly pick'em. If you happen to be a big sports fan, comment down below for the question of the day. What is your NFL team? We gotta talk about it. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and check out this broken ability. So a special shout out to anyone that loves reading, because Tiana's kit is going to give you plenty of material. Come and get it is a sensational move. Let's break it down. Now, first and foremost, it's going to reward you for having princess teammates, which we've seen there before with Rapunzel and now here with Tiana. You're going to go ahead and start with this bad boy out on the battlefield if you do rock an entire princess faction. Now, just looking at what Gumbo Pot does, let's break this down. Now, first, you're going to summon Gumbo Pot if it's not already there, right? You're going to summon it. If you do summon it, it's going to go ahead and have her protect. And on top of that, it's going to have one undefeatable. Now, if it started there at the battle, it's going to go ahead and start out with that undefeatable, which in turn is going to solve the issues with the princess faction, providing an immediate taunt to go ahead and help you not get absolutely demolished by some of those quick, powerful, heavy-hitting teams. But if you don't have it, you're able to throw out a taunt at any time. And again, between Proxima and a freaking Gumbo Pot, Raja is just like, who is Raja? So just like any other summonable units, the Gumbo Pot is going to have some great stats here. 15,000 health. That's a beefy pot of gumbo, and 866 defense. And like any other summonable unit, when it comes to its turn, it's going to go ahead and on its turn start, it's going to be restoring up to 2,500 HP, gaining 2 undefeatables and 2 protects, and up to a max of 3, depending on your princess allies. Now, if that wasn't crazy enough, this thing is like a single target dedicated healer, and it's going to be given the whole party. Everybody's going to be getting some Cajun New Orleans gumbo here, restoring health 5 times to your teammates, and everything it does is going to prefer princess teammates. All of Tiana's kit prefers princesses, but the best part about her is she's a great plug and play because it's not only princess, it just prefers them. So we'll have that on tomorrow's video, but she's got some sensational plug and play teams. But the Gumbo Pot will be healing 5 times during its turn and giving some great health and really protecting your team massively with health recovery, with taunting, with undefeatables. It's a hell of a thing. Now, the last thing to know about the summoned unit Gumbo Pot itself is every time it does take damage, it'll have a 20% chance to feed magic right back into this ability, which means what happens when you use this ability with the Gumbo Pot already on the field. This is where things get flat out ridiculous OP. It's hard to process, but when this Gumbo Pot is on the field and Tiana gets a turn with Come and Get It again, good luck. Good luck, enemy team. Triggering Come and Get It is going to grant haste to all of your teammates for 1 turn. And in addition, you're going to have a 50% chance to call all of your teammates to assist, not just princesses, but all of them. Now, if you do have a full princess team or you have princess players on your team, it's guaranteed that they're called to assist. And you look at the basic attacks for the princess faction, all of them are elites with Moana. You've got turn meter reduction in Mulan. Again, go check out those spotlights, but absolutely phenomenal. You're going to be calling them to assist and healing and gaining a taunt. The Gumbo Pot, it does it all. Now, if you thought the crazy, ridiculous abilities stopped here, no, not even close. We've got 1 more ability and 2 passives that shut down the likes of Ursula pretty much entirely. And we've got Break the Spell here, guys. Very solid ability. Flat out AoE 3000 heal to all of your allies. Princess, not princess, everybody's getting a little bit of healing on top of the healing that Gumbo already gives. Now, this ability does 2 things. If they are not a princess, you're going to go ahead and just flat out cleanse and AoE 2 harmful effects from your entire team. But if they are a part of the Disney royalty, she's going to go ahead and flip those harmful effects into the helpful correspondence. And then if they have no harmful effects from that point, they're going to all gain harmful immunity. Harmful immunity plus a cleanse built into one powerful ability. This is truly why she is such an anchor in crazy support. Now, looking at the later half of the ability, this is more like a passive that they just snuck in there in an ability. But Tiana cannot resist polymorph, kind of a play on her movie. But if she is polymorphed, she's going to immediately cleanse it, and then this entire ability is just going to trigger. So the latter part of this ability, it's going to be cool. I think it's going to kind of not work as much later down the road, and you'd be shocked how many people still try to apply polymorph on Tiana. But I love it because it essentially shuts down Ursula from shutting down one of the most powerful supports in the game, and you're going to have to waste something like stasis or stun or something else entirely, and that's without her cleansing that as well. So I love it because you've got this support character with major healing and major cleansing that can't be shut down right away per the Ursula villain teams out there. Her next passive, Almost There, should honestly get everybody excited. Now, people say all the time they can't relate with the videos because I'm at a higher tier level than they, but guys, keep in mind, this is A, to show you how great they are at a max tier, but also be sure to listen as well. As support characters, they don't need to be at a high star level to work out. They can be amazing at low star and high tier levels. Tiana is going to do it all no matter where she's at. Almost There is awesome. It is Namari built into a one-turn cooldown passive via Tiana. Essentially, guys, once the enemy falls below 30% health, Tiana is going to go ahead and call any of the teammates, but she's going to prefer Princess teammates to go and finish the job. That means Moana, Mulan, these hard-hitting characters are going to just, boom, finish the job and get that extra bit of damage on that one-turn cooldown. Really strong passive. And tomorrow on the team video that I have, I'm going to show you some teams that can take advantage and just show the absolute sheer craziness of what this can do. You guys can wait for that video tomorrow or join me today on stream as I'll be doing the same thing and covering just that. And we end with the absolute craziness with her last ability, Curse Breaker. Now, Curse Breaker is a little bit of Esmeralda and Honey Lemon kind of combined. And what it's going to do is when anyone on your team receives a harmful effect, you're going to cleanse it. No cooldown, nothing. You have a 30% chance to cleanse that harmful effect. Now, if they are Princess, you're going to have a 45% chance. So flip of the coin. If you get a harmful effect, Tiana's going to say, nope, try again, and go ahead and cleanse that effect. Now, more math incoming. Stick with me here, okay? We've all graduated elementary. Mathematicians, listen up. 45% chance for princesses if it's polymorph. So Ursula really polymorphing anyone on your team. That's a whopping 60% chance to go ahead and cleanse the polymorph, effectively shutting down one of the most powerful harmful effects within the game. We are still not done, as Tiana is going to introduce a new mechanic into the game known as being cursed. When Tiana does cleanse any of those harmful effects, she'll be gaining a curse on herself. For every single curse, she's getting 5% speed. Not speed turn meter, pure out 5% speed added on the top. Now, in addition to that, 10% tenacity, making it even harder to shut her down. And once she does trigger 10 curses, which takes some time, doesn't happen all the time, but when she does have 10 curses on her, she's going to go ahead and do the following. She's going to cleanse all harmful effects from herself, cleanse one harmful effect from your entire team. She's going to go ahead and reduce speed meter by 40% on all opponents, and then inflict one random harmful effect. So doesn't happen as much as you think, but still happens quite enough. A little bit of a luck thing, kind of like Hercules with his protects, but the fact that it can just happen, like even taking the first paragraph of this passive is great. Then it gets even better. And so once you combine that all together, really strong passive. Again, all of her abilities just are absolutely crazy. Her entire kit makes her one of the best characters within the game. And I do mean that. We've had back-to-back sensational characters, both with Frank and Tiana, providing awesome just viability, and hopefully Tiana comes to some type of a free-to-play farming, because the princess faction is going to be great. And when she comes, to prepare for it, guys, go ahead and start leveling up your princesses now. You know, spoiling a little bit, but they're going to be a faction I recommend pretty early on for a lot of people, because they check so many boxes, and bottom line, they're gonna be meta with more princesses coming down the line. So to sum it up, crazy stats, crazy abilities. As far as Sorcerer Stones go, kind of a tough choice. I've been kind of testing out a lot of different options with her. I've got speed, as that's typically the default, but she gains a lot of passive speed through the passive of 5% gain. So you could go with health or even recovery for some max healing with the Gumbo Pot and Tiana. Now, there is a major thing that I have not talked about concerning her kit, and I want to talk about how you can utilize this kit to the best of your ability, making some crazy plug and play teams, and just talking about the synergy overall. Be sure to go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell, as I will have a ton of videos covering the best princess teams and who I've been using to climb with some massive success. Guys, before you ask in the comments, yes, the August tier list will be coming out this week. Super excited with all the shifts and changes and introductions of these new characters. So again, Cozy Club, thank you so much for watching today's video. Feel free to join our communities like the Twitch community every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We've got an awesome Patreon, Twitter, Discord, all in the description below. Excited to talk to you guys more. And again, if you're excited about the Princess faction, we've got a lot coming for you. You guys be well, and until next time, stay cozy.